Hello and welcome to Living Your Spirit with Anthony, where we cut through the noise and get real about life, love, and purpose. This isn't about fixing you. It's about uncovering the power that's already inside you. I talk about hermetics, energy, spirit, and individual essence. Notice how many may lead you to believe you need something or something is missing. You need a certain book, you need a certain course, you need a certain degree, or to go to a certain college, or live in a certain neighborhood, or buy certain clothes, or eat at certain restaurants, or watch certain TV shows. It's as if you always need to be, do, or have something to make yourself whole. My friends, we are already whole. I focus on the wisdom, peace, and satisfaction already within. Join me as we explore the patterns shaping your relationships, your health, and your wealth, and discover practical ways to live with peace, power, and purpose. All right, sit back, relax, and let's jump right into the conversation. So, is humanity awakening? Do you feel like you're awakening? Welcome to Is Humanity Awakening? This is episode 135 of Living Your Spirit, and this is Anthony. So maybe you have felt something in the past year, or maybe 2 years. Maybe you felt something different in the last 3, 6, or 9 months. But what is it that you're feeling? And are you really feeling something, or do you just hear other people that say they are feeling something? And if it is awakening, what does that mean? What is happening? What is happening to us as individuals, and what is happening to us as a collective? All of humanity, all of human consciousness, what does it mean to be awakening? So if you have been feeling like you're getting lighter, you're getting closer to spirit, you're getting closer to your essence, maybe you're getting closer to God or something that you would consider your God, whether you call it essence, spirit, universe, source, whatever that is. Maybe you're shifting to being more aware of how you're thinking and feeling. Maybe you've decided to join certain types of religious communities or spiritual communities, or maybe you've gone back to a church or looked into churches. Maybe you've made some plans to not do certain things, not hang out with certain people. Maybe you're doing less of what you or we would consider ego-driven, and you're doing more things that serve whatever you feel you need to serve spiritually. Maybe you're more loving. Maybe you've stopped hanging out with people that do things that don't align with the new way that you're starting to feel. So if you're looking to do more things lately that feel like you're being of service to other people or a community, and you're thinking less about yourself as an individual, then that would be one of the things that I would consider, or two of the things that I would consider being on the awakening path. You're thinking about serving other people. You're thinking about loving other people. You're thinking about humanity as a whole. Like, I am one with other people, other things, the universe, source, kind of like a collective collection of everyone and everything. You know, I feel a certain way and you feel a certain way. And a lot of people don't really understand that. But if I'm angry, somehow I tend to make other people angry. Or if I feel angry, the world, the universe, other people will show me things, bring me things that make me feel angry, right? I'm already in that space. I'm already in that mentality of anger. So the world gives me more of that. The same thing happens when we're in joy, when we're in happiness, when we're in love. When we feel love, we seem to experience more love. When we're in joy, we tend to experience more joy. So the question would be, for anyone that understands that, why wouldn't we stay in the state of mind that brings us more things that we really like or we really love? So feeling like love, feeling like we're connected, feeling like we are doing really well with our finances, feeling like we're really healthy, and living that way without allowing all the negative noise from outside of us affect the way we think and then affect the way we feel. We start thinking a certain way, we start feeling a certain way. Or, I know there's controversy, we start feeling a certain way and we start thinking a certain way. Whatever comes first, whether it's the thought or the feeling, we still get stuck in a loop of negativity. So if we're stuck in feeling angry, feeling sad, feeling lonely, we're going to start thinking things that keep us in that loop of feeling sad, feeling angry, and feeling lonely. So that's the key. As time goes on, we start to figure out how we can shift. How do we shift feeling lonely? Recognize, acknowledge, and accept. I feel lonely. I feel angry. This thing made me so angry. This person made me so angry. I feel my anger, or I feel my sadness, or I broke up with someone, or someone broke up with me, and now I feel lonely. I accept that I feel lonely. I'm okay with feeling lonely. I know what it feels like to feel lonely. How do I want to feel instead? How would I like to feel instead? Do I want to feel happiness? Do I want to feel joy? Do I want to feel love? And then we just kind of move our emotions and our thinking into the space that we would prefer. We don't want to not acknowledge the negative feeling, the negative emotion, the negative thoughts, but we want to be okay with them. And then we want to consciously choose to move to something that we prefer, something that we would like to think about. Thinking about the new job, the new salary, the new partner, the new spouse, the new city, the new car, the new body, the new health, whatever it is. What brings us joy, or what would bring us joy if we were already experiencing it? If we already lived in the house, if we already had the partner or the spouse, how would we feel? What kinds of things would we be doing? What kinds of things would we be thinking? That's how we shift out of the negative emotion, the negative feeling, after acknowledgement, after acceptance. We don't want to suppress, repress, push it away, deny it. We want to acknowledge it. We want to stay there as long as we want, as long as comfortable, and then we want to move on. If I want to be angry for a half hour or an hour, that's fine. I know that I can move through that after the hour. But to get angry and immediately say, oh God, I don't like this. I don't want to feel angry. Why am I angry? I want to get rid of it. What can I do to make myself happy? I'm going to scroll on my phone, or I'm going to go shopping, or I'm going to eat a pizza, or I'm going to get cookies, or I'm going to go shopping, or I'm going to have sex, or I'm going to watch porn. That's not the way to do it. We want to acknowledge it. We want to sit with it. We want to feel it. We want to allow it to move through us. All of those things are part of awakening. Those are the things that help us feel lighter, brighter, more airy, more loving, more connected, more like we're in touch with the universe. So what kinds of things do you do to get out of your negative emotions? What kinds of things do you think about when you want something in your life? When you want something new, how do you get it? Do you work hard for it? Or do you imagine it, feel it, see it, experience it in your mind, and then just wait for it to come along without being attached? I thought about this house for years. I knew I would get it, but at the same time, I didn't rush. I didn't get upset. I looked at a million houses and none of them were the ones. But then one day it comes along. You can think about a certain car that you think is really expensive. You think about it, you feel it, you see it, you hear it, you experience it, you're driving it. It comes along. You don't get upset if it doesn't. And it's the same process for everything in life. The job, the partner, the spouse, how you want your children to be, how you want your relationships to be. And that, when I say relationship, that could be with your partner, your spouse, your family, your parents, your children, your coworkers, friends, whatever it is. The thing that you think and feel inside is the thing that you're presenting to the world. And that's the thing that's going to bring more into your life. So whatever you're feeling, that's what you're getting. Whatever you're thinking, that's what you're getting. So when we are living our spirit, truly living our spirit, it comes from love. It comes from authenticity. It comes from honesty. It comes from openness. It comes from vulnerability. We love who we are. We love our bodies. We love ourselves. We say what we want, and we're not afraid that someone's going to be angry, that someone's going to leave us, that someone's going to abandon us. We just naturally feel like we're connected, we're loving, we're giving, and we have an expectation that those around us are going to be the same way. So how do you feel about that? Are you experiencing that in your life? Have you experienced that? And if not, how does this sound? Is this something that you want to experience? If it is, check out my website. I talk about all of this kind of stuff. And I have a lot of key ideas, lessons, processes that you can follow to get there. It's taken me years to gently move from all the negative shit to the things that I want, the things that I love, the things that I want to think about, how I want to feel about my body, how I want to feel about the world, how I want to feel about my relationships, how I want to feel about my job. You slowly get in the habit of not waking up every day and thinking the same way. Oh my God, I hate my job. Oh, I can't believe I have to drive this far. Oh, there's going to be traffic. My mom this, my dad this, my son this, my daughter this, my coworker, my boss, my neighbor. We literally drive ourselves crazy thinking about all the things that might go wrong, could go wrong, or did go wrong. So we're living in the past, we're living in the future, and we're not living in the present. How do I feel right now? What do I want right now? I'm not looking at yesterday. I'm not looking at last night. And at the same time, I'm not looking at the future with fear. I'm looking at the future with love, compassion, anticipation, expectation, joy, happiness, fulfillment, and satisfaction. If I look at my future with anger, sadness, loneliness, disconnection, that's exactly what I'm going to get. So I'm in my head, I'm thinking about the future, everything's negative, and then as time goes by, I wonder why everything is negative. Well, that's exactly why, my friend. Your thoughts and your feelings. So we don't want to look at the past. The past is over. It doesn't matter what happened 5 weeks ago, 5 months ago, 5 years ago, or even 5 hours ago. What matters is, how do I feel right now? How do I want to feel right now? And how can I comfortably or gently shift into the feeling that I want to feel right now? And it's not a snap of a finger. It's not, I'm really angry. Oh, now I'm really happy. It doesn't work like that. We know it doesn't work like that. And there's no sense in trying to make it work like that. We can sit with our anger and say, all right, I'm going to do this anger thing and I'm going to move into something different as soon as I am ready. And you'll notice over time, the time gets shorter and shorter. So if it takes you half a day, then maybe it'll take you 4 hours. And then maybe it will take you 3 hours, and then 2 hours, and then an hour. And then before you know it, you're doing it within minutes or seconds, because you start to see how valuable it is in your life. You start to see how it changes your life. You start to see how not only do you feel better, you have better outcomes. You have better relationships. You have better understanding. And that's how we get the ball rolling down the hill. Instead of living life trying to push the rock up the hill, we start to shift, we start to connect, we start to feel love, we start to feel loved, we start to give love, compassion, understanding, patience. And as we get those feelings, we push them out in the world, and then they come back to us. We get love, we get understanding, we get compassion, we get authenticity. Funny how that works, right? But we're so caught up, we're so backwards, we're so lost, because the second we pop out of the womb, someone's telling us what to do, what not to do, how to live, what's right, what's wrong, how to sit, what to wear, what to say, what to do. And we start living the way they want us to live instead of living the way we were born to live. Living the way we were born to live is literally living our spirit. How many parents out there allow their children to live their spirit and do what they want to do, wear what they want to wear, say what they want to say, go where they want to go? Allow them to use their voice, use their thoughts, use their feelings, and use their creativity. And I know there's going to be somebody out there that says, well, as parents, we need to do certain things to keep our children safe and protected. We do not need to control them. We do not need to make them our special little projects that we run. It's my way or the highway. do as I say. If that's how you were raised, think about how you turned out. Think about how you think, you feel, how you act, react, and behave. And how fulfilled are you? How loving are you? How authentic are you? And how are your children right now? How do you want your children to be? And then you can make a decision about how you want to go forward. Maybe you want to give them a little more freedom to be who they are versus who you want them to be or expect them to be or need them to be to fulfill something that you missed out on, something that you didn't get. It's a lot to think about, right? It's a lot on the mind. It's a lot on the head. We are shifting everything completely 360 degrees, opposite of what everything is that we've been taught by parents and schools and society. And we start thinking for ourselves and we realize as long as my head is on right, my thinking is in check, and my feelings are based on what I want and need, nothing else really matters. Bosses start to matter less. Politicians matter less. Laws and rules and authority matter less because things start to flow. You start to flow. You start to feel freedom, and the world gives you back feelings of freedom, things that make you feel free, allow you to be. So is that how you would like to live your life? We're not even talking about getting outside of the box. We're talking about living a life that's living your spirit, that doesn't have a box. It's just a big open space of freedom. That's awakening. That's understanding. That might be what you want. Hopefully that's what you want. But in a world that seems to be going in a certain direction, depending on what you listen to, what you look at, what you read, what you hear, whatever that is, it might be time to start thinking and feeling a different way. That's more positive, that's more loving, more caring, more compassionate, more understanding, more patient, and more connected. And the more you do that, the more you will start to feel like I'm living my spirit. Thanks for listening. All right, that's our show for today. Have a question? Click on fan mail in the show's description. Thanks for tuning in to Living Your Spirit with Anthony. If today's conversation hit home, share it with someone who needs to live from a deeper place of truth. And if you're ready to go further in your discovering of your true spirit, you can grab a 1-hour solution at anthony-johnson.com. 3 powerful assessments to show you where you're being called and where you're meant to thrive. Until next time, my friends, keep living your spirit.